Hey man, so this is Kranium, and you're checking me right now on Songkick story from the Kranium seller.
Back to make it up again. It's only in your nature.
My first tour that I went and started, oh my God, Guyana. That wasn't the first place I went outside of America as a dancehall artist, was touching down in Guyana. That was the first place. It was a nice size venue. A lot of people, I remember, I was pretty shy at that time and I was never really used to stage. I used to people. As a Kranium fan base that came out to see me at that time, and that's like, it was very fresh. This was my first record just that came out. And but it was a vibe, it meant with a lot of vibe. But the most thing I remember was my set was 30 minutes and I had only like one hit song. So you know how long it felt being on stage. You know, it felt like 10 hours.
It's so good, but I know that it's wrong. Toxic.
I had 3, Canada and UK, because Canada and UK is like, growing up in Jamaica, that's where most of your family member will reside, is Canada, New York, or London. Obviously, I was living in New York at the time. So definitely Canada was on my bucket list, Toronto and London. And it went exactly what I thought it was. A lot of Jamaicans, I could get Jamaican food. You know, straight authentic vibe. So I feel like outside of Jamaica, the 3 most authentic places you can find where the Jamaica culture still stands strong is Canada, New York, and London.
We're going through seasons.
I remember when I went to Albania, the first time we went to Albania, and we had to drive like 4 hours. I remember we landed somewhere and we had to drive like 4 hours, and I remember the CHIKA stopped us and they was dealing with it. It was so harsh, especially with the American passport. They did it so harsh. And then I just remember being at the hotel and it was like a weird vibe. And the most memorable part about it, the promoter had us walk to the venue. That was the funny thing, yeah. The promoter had us walk to the venue, and the driver, like, he had like a blistered eye, so he was driving and his eye was just bleeding. And he just had the tissue just like touching his eye because he had bumped his head or something. It was the weirdest thing, man, but that wasn't the most. But it strange as hell, man, but it turned out fun. That's a good part. Like, it turned out fun. I know, looking back at it, you know, it's like, that was a lot. It was a lot, man. That was a lot. That trip was a whole lot, man. And we were smoking on the flight.
It's only in your nature.
I love Snickers. I don't really drink much on the road anyways. I like to be sober when I'm on the road. So I don't really drink in clubs and stuff like that. So that's not really on my ride, unless if it's home base or like on a common ground where a lot of friends are pulling up. But when it's just us going out and tour, just me, security, cameraman, and management, Snickers is fine.
You ignore me and make me look dumb.
I mean, there always a low and hard part, but my last tour ended. The last show I did ended really bad. The last show I remember before the whole pandemic was I was in Ghana. Amazing time, but I got drunk and I slept in the bathroom and I sprained my ankle. That was a lot, and it was a dope. It was an amazing show. We had me, Rick Ross, Marshall Montano, Mr. Easy, Coffee. It was a lot of people. Like, it was a dope festival, man. Shout out to Mr. Easy, a dope show. And like, yeah, that was the last end of the tour, man. That was the low point, man. When I sprained my ankle, man, never felt good.
You drive me crazy with a pretty face, yeah. Every day.
Yeah, well, fortunately for me, doing festivals is a huge thing because most festivals that I've taken part of haven't been like only dancehall. It's always been a mixture of whether it's hip hop or it's Afrobeat, you know. So me being on those shows means a lot to me because I'm representing the whole culture. As 90% of the time, I'm the only dancehall act on those festivals. So it means more to me than just a festival. You know what I mean? It just means culture. I'm exposing my culture. Like, when you look at me, I want you to see what Shampoo was doing, Shaggy, you know what I mean, Bob Marley. Like, this is the new faces and the new sound of what we call dance and reggae music. So the festivals mean a lot to me, like a lot. You know, it's like, it's where everything on point. The DJ has to be on point, the sound have to be on point, the microphone have to be on point, the monitors have to set right. And it's totally different from a regular show because when I do a show, your fans come out to see you, so you could make all the mistake you want, they love you for you. When you're in a festival, there's so many different people that come to see so many different artists. You're being discovered for the first time by some people. So it's like, wow, I like this guy. You know, so it's like an introduction to new fans / introducing a whole culture and just, you know, to bring that fire that dancehall music really is. You know, dancehall is one of the purest music left on earth. I just always type in where the favorite. I like where's the Caribbean spot. Then I always find different Caribbean spots. Because if anybody who've never been to a Caribbean, which is a Jamaican restaurant, if there ain't no flyers in it, or if there's not a flyer on the wall, do not eat from there. You know what I mean? And the person who is sharing the food, look at attitude is needed. You know, once the attitude is off, you know, say the food's gonna be good. Once the waitress said to yourself, what do you want? You look at attitude, the food's gonna be banging, you know. Trust me. Very important. Look at it first.
It's so good, but I know that it's wrong.
Just hearing females screaming and lying, you know, I love when they lie. You know, oh my God, you're my favorite artist. You know, and they make sure say the same thing. You know, I miss them, man. I miss females just screaming and just the atmosphere is welcome on stage and just the whole music and just the whole traveling. I miss the whole traveling, to be honest. I miss the whole traveling.
With a pretty face, yeah. Every day we are bed. We come like we are bed. This love too strong is worse than a spell. Hey, you got me up in my feelings. I'm tearing off your biggest.